sis. Love is in the air, and all you have to do is inhale it. So, God is really working on ensuring that His daughters are being able to experience love His way. So, I want to tell you about an incident that happened with me and another sister. We were at like this lounge, and it was like four of us all together. And I've been working with a sister for a while, just about like ensuring that she is healing and growing and doing everything that she needs to do with self so that she can, make room for everything that she's saying that she wants, right? One of those things is like love, right? She wants love and protection and to be adored, right? She wants all of those lovey dovey ooey gushy stuff, right? So she's really been working on just doing the inner work, right? The healing, the self concepts, like all of that. She's been doing phenomenal. Well, while we were out and we went to a spot that she goes to a lot. She's familiar with this spot. While we were there, I kind of noticed her get a little, I don't know, her mood changed. And I was like, so what's going on? Like, are you good? And she said, Christina, I think I'm being tested. And I said, tested? I said, okay, well, all we got to do is pass the test. And I'm like, so what's the test? Like, what have you been tested on? And she was like, two people that I know have walked in. And she said, I want to go say hi, but it's like, I don't think that I should. And so I was like, okay, well, you don't have to go and say hi. If they want to talk, then they can come to you, right? Let them approach you. Let them, come over. Let them acknowledge you, right? You don't have to go and chase, right? You don't have to do that. And again, this is something that she is working on, just knowing that she is good enough, that she deserves love, she deserves protection, she deserves to be taken care of, right? And again, this is as she's doing her own inner work, right? As she is becoming the woman that God has created her to be, as she is becoming the woman that can hold all of the things that she's saying that she's wanting, right? So, we kind of just got grounded, we talked about, okay, who you are, what you deserve, if anything, they can come over here and talk to you, right? So we went back to just minding our own business, right? I've already poured into her. She's already stated, who she is, what she deserves, right? Things come to her. This is things that God said that she can have. She believes that, so she sits in that. So again, it's like four of us. We're there, we're sitting, we're talking, we're laughing, we're crying, right? We're just doing all the things. Anytime I'm around somebody, like, we're going to get some sort of healing and deliverance, right? That's just going to happen, right? So we're just sitting there being ourselves, like loving on each other, pouring into each other. And right before we leave, the waiter comes over to close out the tab. Out of nowhere, a gentleman comes over, puts $100 bill on the table and says, I got it. And then he just walks away. So as he's walking away, I looked at my friend and I'm like, did you see what just happened? And she's like, he just paid for all of it. I said, yep. I said, because, you did that inner work. You already know what you deserve. And instead of you going out and looking or chasing or whatever, we sat still. And you kept saying what you know you deserve. And someone came and poured into you. Someone came and covered you, right? Just in this one moment. You didn't have to do anything. All we were doing over there was just sitting down, like being, women, enjoying ourselves, like not even paying attention to what's around us. We were just being ourselves. And someone came and poured in to us. So the tab was taken care of. Not only that, there was some change left over. So she takes the change from the $100 bill. We ended up going to get something to eat. Okay, so we leave the lounge and we ended up going to a restaurant. When we're done eating at the restaurant, the waiter comes, give us a ticket, and my friend pulled out the money, the change that she had from the $100 bills. And she's like, oh man, I'm short $2. And I was like, what do you mean? She said, I don't have $2. I need like $2 more. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, is my meal on there? And she said, yeah. I said, well, I can pay for my own meal. And she was like, no, I can use the change that we got from, the $100 bills. And I said, girl, no, that's you. Like, I'm good. I can pay for my own meal. Like, you're getting taken care of. Like, you got the money, keep it, take it. Like, you don't have to worry about like paying for your meal, right? Like let that overflow, let that $100 overflow into the next event, that we were at. So I was like, no, I can pay for my own meal. You go ahead and just use that to cover your food. And then she had like some change over. So that happened, and we kind of just sat and reflected on how, like, see, you sat and God ensured that you were taken care of, because that is what you deserve. And even like when we were at the lounge and this guy paid for our tab, like he didn't ask for anything. He didn't ask for nobody's number. He wasn't trying to holler at nobody. He simply placed the $100 bill down and went right back to his seat. And like, as we laughed, like we thanked him, but he didn't ask anything from us. And that's what I was telling her. Like, you didn't have to do anything for this. Like, you didn't even have to smile at him, right? God ensured that, you know what, you've been doing the work. And as he's testing you in this moment, you're passing these tests and he is saying, good job. I will provide from you, even if that's going to be through a stranger. So she ends up calling me Monday. She texts me, was like, girl, I got to tell you what happened last night. This is Sunday. So I ended up talking to her and she was like, so I was out with another friend and they went somewhere where the girl's boyfriend was meeting them there. And she said, so we went there, and her friend's boyfriend ended up paying for them to get in and also pay for all the food, right? And she was just sitting here thinking like, oh, well, everything is kind of taken care of. Then she said that someone else came over and just like bought her a drink, right? And as we were reflecting, she was like, Christina, like I was taken care of the whole weekend. Like I didn't have to pull out my wallet for anything. And these are successful women. Like these women, they have careers and everything, right? They understand that there's healing and things that need to be done, and they're able to articulate what it is that they're wanting, right? Like what it is. And this is something that's within them, right? They're saying, this is what I want. This is the type of love that I want. This is what I want to experience. And God is now allowing his daughters to experience it, but it comes with us doing the work. So when I posed the question, are you ready to do love God's way? And had hundreds and hundreds of sisters say yes to that. God is letting them know that he is the one that's going to provide them this love. It's not going to just come from a man, right? It doesn't have to come from a husband. There's different ways that God can pour, that God can allow the overflow of his love to come to you. So I just wanted to come and share that, like, this is something that happened a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And when God started to reveal to me, like on this platform, how he is about to show up for you all with love, I understood that the glimpse of what I saw and what I witnessed that weekend, God is about to do so much more for his daughters in this time. So you all stay locked in. Y'all stay encouraged. I will be back just letting you all know just the downloads and the instructions and things that that God is pouring into me. But know that he is saying, all you have to do is inhale. Love is in the air. All you have to do is inhale. This is going to be extremely easy for his daughters. Y'all stay encouraged.